Hey everybody, and welcome to the second channel where videos are just downright bad. And yesterday I posted a video on the main channel where I did a silly guitar jam where I used a lot of the notes on the other side of the string, which is actually a video idea I put out in 2008, and it was the first video that I deleted. Might have been the only video that I posted and then later deleted because it just didn't turn out right. That was back when I was only doing acoustic stuff. And some people pointed out in the video yesterday, rightfully so, that doing this idea on acoustic would sound a lot better, and I think they're right. Though at the time that I did it in 2008, I really didn't know what I was doing, and I was just using the camera audio, and it didn't turn out so hot. So I had it up a day, and then decided to delete it and just save that idea, and I finally got to release it yesterday. So let's talk about some of the strange little tricks you can use to get some notes on the other side of the strings. The first way that I used a lot is something I just found out about this guitar, and it's kind of a little Easter egg where the top E string on this side is almost exactly 2 octaves up. So it's a little bit off, but it's really close. So I use that quite a bit, and actually finding that is the reason why I decided to just keep going and do both sides of the string video. And kind of speaking of guitar Easter eggs, I didn't realize that all Chapman guitars had a coil tap until I had 2 of them for maybe a few months, and then I was watching a video online. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, I really like that you can coil tap it," and I just went, "What?" And then I went and checked my guitars, and sure enough they did it. I use the coil tap a lot for slap stuff, but not for this tune. So on this guitar we do have this one note, and maybe your guitar, one of these strings will equal a nice note. On this one, that's really the only one, and the others are kind of just random frequencies that I did use in that song for just a quick like little transitional type thing. So finding notes on the other side of the fretboard, you know, at first is pretty confusing in that you're pretty used to playing guitar the other way. And, you know, this way, of course, it's made to get all the notes in the chromatic scale, and then the other way around, you know, of course, not so much. But to find some nice notes that are the ones that we're used to, I kind of thought in harmonics. And if you don't know what harmonics is, if you play guitar or play any other stringed instrument, I recommend you learn about them because they're really, really cool and can add a whole other dimension to your playing. And it's just one of the things about guitar that I think is one of the coolest, or just any stringed instrument. Harmonics are really interesting and sound really nice. And I have a really old video that I put out on harmonics that I'll put in the description that I think is still valid. I haven't watched it in a while, but if you have not learned about harmonics yet, I suggest you check it out. It's pretty cool stuff. So my thinking was that if the harmonic splits the strings into equal parts, then if you use that same fret on the other side, you'll be able to get a nice, you know, note from the chromatic scale. Like the 12th fret that gets you an octave up, you can move your finger over to the 13th fret so that you can access that same fret from this side, which is a bit confusing at first. You get same note. And then the same with the 7th by putting your finger on the 8th. You get a nice note there. And then on the 6th for getting the 5th fret on the other side. And the first time I was playing around with this idea, I was thinking about doing a 1-string video, but using this as a way to get more than one note out of the string, and maybe playing a melody, something like this. And so on. And let's not forget the 19th fret too. And then I also use the frets right near the 12th fret too. While they're not perfect, they're close enough to where it's a nice half step. And the further you get away from it, the less of a half step it is. And one part of that guitar jam for yesterday's video that was really, really weird to play was the part where I go and I slide up a half step, but I'm sliding this way to get a half step on the guitar. So it was just really, really strange. And in my head, I had to imagine going down a half step for those slides so that I was able to properly play over here. So that was just a weird part of the jam that I had to really concentrate on. And yeah, that's a few of the things I stumbled upon while learning how to play notes on the other side of the string. There's of course a lot more you can do with it. I definitely think I want to do the 1-string video at some point. Another 1-string video where I'm playing, you know, a rhythm and a lead on 1 string. I think that would be pretty cool and just really interesting and confusing. Maybe you could have like two, you could like draw a fretboard somewhere, like put a ruler up to it, not draw on the guitar, or like the notes would be on the other side. Maybe I'll do it with acoustic guitar this time, and like mic the other side might sound a little bit better. With this, a big challenge was getting the sound to not be horrible, because mixing DI with a, you know, mic track of like that type of stuff was just really weird. And yeah, but I think there's still a lot more you could do with it rather than just the, you know, little bit that I did in the last video. It could be cool to incorporate in chords, I think. But I'd probably only choose to do it if I happen to be around some of those, you know, nice frets, rather than doing like just weird stuff like that. Well, it's all weird. This whole video is weird. Playing on the other side of the string is just weird in general. So I guess if you're not looking to be a bit weird, this type of stuff isn't really for you. But it's pretty fun. Yeah, just downright silly. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I'm gonna stop rambling at you, and
thanks for watching. Have a good one.